Hi, and welcome to my tutorial on doing eye pigments from Younique, the color pigments. I'm going to do a basic tutorial on some signature colors, a signature look that we have. I'm going to use three of our colors. I'm using Curious, Confident, and I'm also going to use Devious. And some alternatives would be Sexy instead of Confident, Daring instead of, Sexy instead of Curious, and Daring instead of Confident, and then Risque instead of the Daring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my deluxe brush. So I have my deluxe brush by Younique, and I'm just going to tap some of the Curious into the top of my lid. Then I'm going to go in with my deluxe brush and pick up those pigments. Get a nice amount on there, and then just kind of tap off the excess. And then what you're going to do, I have a base of the Glorious Face Primer on right now, Face and Eye Primer. And what that does, it just helps kind of make the pigments pop, and it also will keep them to where they'll stay on all day long. You can go to sleep in them and wake up with them tomorrow. So what you do, the technique is kind of a dab technique versus any sort of brushing on. So here we go. You want to dab, starting at the lower, and just dab the whole entire eye with this Curious, which is your base. Again, you could use Sexy for this if you wanted to. And I like to go into the corner, and you get the whole eye. And then I actually like to put a little extra on the bottom part because we are going to be mixing in other colors, so I just want that to pop. So again, see, the technique is more of a dab versus any sort of brushing on. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to move on to my Confident. Tapped it into the top of the case, and don't pick up as much this time. We're just going to do the outer lid with this. So tap that off and go outer lid. Get into the crease and go out. And if you want this to go darker, you can use more, or you can leave it at that light color. But just go outer lid with this. All the way down and out. Okay? Again, we're going to blend it all in so it can look messy. Messy is fine right now. Next step, just take your crease brush, dip it into your Devious, which is more of a black, and just do a very little of this because you don't want to darken that entire look, but you want to get right here in the crease and outer lid with the Devious, just to get a hint of the darkening shade. Then you're going to take your shader brush and just go over that whole look, blending it all in. Okay? Blend it all in and come under. So when you get to the outer, you come under a little. Okay? And then if you go a little too much under like I just did, you just can wipe that off. But blend all of these colors together. And then you have your look. Okay? So that's the color side of it. Again, we have Curious all the way up. We have Devious just on, Confident just on the outside, and then just a little bit of Devious on the outer corner. Then I like to take my liner brush and get it wet. Not dripping wet, but just wet enough to pick up the pigments from the cap. So then pick those up and let them sit on there for just a second to make sure everything gets dry so that you don't have anything dropping down. Because when you're using this dark of a pigment, you don't want to have those droplets of color. Then you just take the brush and go from the outside in. I like to bring it out a little more dramatic. And so then I put the liner on. Okay, so that's it. That's the simple look that you're seeing on these pictures of the models. It's that easy. So again, just do the dab technique with Curious all the way up to the brow. Do the outer lid from about middle to out, really, with the Confident or the Daring if you have Daring, and then just a little bit on the edge with the Devious or any darker pigment. And then I like to use Devious as far as my eyeliner. Some people will like to do a bottom liner. I just do a top. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, Brianna Richardson, on Facebook, and I'll be glad to help you out. Thanks for watching.